Right, so in this lesson we're going to be carrying on with our static images. This time we're going to be doing something a little bit more basic and a little bit more... This is typically the ads that I would make. The previous ones are really cool. It's probably what most brands are going to want you to make. But if you manage to work with a really cool brand that lets you kind of do what you want, these are the ads that's going to print. These are the ads where you can actually end up being a top spender in an account. So what I've done, we're going to be using the same thing, the Nano Banana Prompt Engineer. Now, what I need is... I'm going to come back over to our board, our image ads. So these are the style of ads that I'm talking about making, right? So for our liquid peptides, what I'm thinking is if we were to make something that has like just a basic image of someone with like lots of wrinkles under their eyes, and let's go with this angle here, the visible veins angle. So what I kind of want here is, actually, is that the best one? Yeah, I would say so. Painless version of microneedling. Yeah, let's go for the visible veins angle and see what we can come up with. So what I want to do is I'm going to take my brand brief. I'm going to come into the Nano Banana Prompt Engineer and I'm going to say, I need to create a static image ad similar to the one I just added here. Advertorial style, one image with one headline. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to pull in one of these. Let's see if we can pull in like a good one. With some sort of, yeah, this is a good one. With one headline. Please analyze this, then I'll give you information on my brand, angle, and product. So what that's going to do is we're giving it reference. We're giving it a reference ad. Advertorial style, blah, blah, blah. So it's got all this down. Right, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to take my brief. I'm going to paste this in here. This is the brand. The angle I want is visible, what was it? Visible veins. Visible veins on eyelids and surrounding area to the eye. Target demo is like the older version. Well, actually, no, not necessarily. But let's just put the 35 plus. It's going to know that anyway. I don't know why I'm adding that. I was thinking originally we're going to do the older demographic. Do women? I suppose even women 35 plus could have visible veins. Create me the brief first with some headline options. Then we'll make the JSON. So hopefully what this is going to do is, right. Right, side by side. Simple, right. Right, now I just need to choose a headline. I like this first one actually. Okay, create me the JSON prompt with this headline. And I want the image to be a close-up, what would you say, like organic image of a woman's eye with visible veins around it. Maybe some red areas to point it out. Now what it's going to do, it always goes into this thinking mode, and then it's going to create me the full JSON prompt. Then we're going to take that over to Nano Banana and get it created. Now, in the next lesson, I'm going to show you what I do, right? Because a lot of the time I'll go through this process, and sometimes the ad comes out perfect, and that's brilliant, right? But I've got access to designers. So a lot of the time what I'll do is just ideate without using this JSON prompt, just in Google Gemini, and then just send what I want to the designer, get them to clean it up a little bit, and then we're done. Now, that's obviously if you've got a designer, which is obviously ideal to have, and at a certain point you should have one. Like I've got, right now, 2 editors and 1 designer, and that allows me to work on my brand and other people's brands. The editors are just for my brand, the other brands that I work with have got their own editors, but the designer, I get them to help out with the clients. So what we've got here is this. Let's see how this comes out. So I'm going to put this into Gemini, and then we're going to go create image and see how it comes out. Now, like I say, these are the kind of style ads that I like doing more, simply because they just work better. But sometimes it's going to be harder. Oh, that's actually came out really nice. Perfect. Delicate under eye area, visible blue. Right. So typically, right, this is the perfect opportunity. What I would do here is I would get the editor to come in here and add some veins around this, because they just know how to do that shit. We can try and do it here. I'll try it, but sometimes it just, can we make the veins around the eye and on eyelid seem more, how do you spell prominent? Sometimes it just doesn't get it, but you can see right away, that's a pretty banging ad, just coming straight out of Gemini from what, like a 5-minute process. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't quite get it there. I'm going to reprompt it one more time to see if we can get it fixed. Make the veins not on the eye, only surrounding the eye. Sometimes it's not able to get it right, but if we sent this over to a designer, they would be able to recreate this very quickly. And then what we can even do is we can send this concept over to the designer, and then we can get them to change the copy. And then this is what I'm talking about, concepts on angles. Right here we've got a concept, right? But we can have variations of this concept. I'm going to come back over to our little ad thing here. So let's say this is that ad set, right? We're going to run 3 versions of this. And the 3 versions are all going to have the same image. We're just going to change the headlines to what we had previously here. Where was it? We're going to choose another 2. And then we can see how that comes out. That's came out not too bad. Again, I would just kind of want it a little bit more prominent. But that's how you can create this style of advertorial style ad. Now, what you want to do is collect ads that you see, because obviously I used a reference ad here, and that's always what you want to do. Now, I actually had some open there, I don't have it open anymore, but you want to collect these style of advertorial style ads. I'm going to add these in here as PNGs so that you've got them, but you can also do stuff like within here, you can be like, look, I want some of the text to be red, I want red backgrounds, I want this headline to be above, I'll make it more like a newspaper, make it a split screen and just put the text here with like headline and maybe body copy. That's all stuff that you can do in here, but like I say, that's how you want to use it. Use some sort of reference image ad, or you can just try the Nano Banana Prompt Engineer. Sometimes it's not going to come out as well when it doesn't have a reference. But yeah, that is your kind of advertorial style image ads with AI and Nano Banana. So that's it for this lesson, and I will see you guys in the next one.